Hi there, welcome back. Third lesson, let's go for it right away. So let's make a short summary of what we did in the past two lessons. We have learned our notes on the sixth string. You should be able to do this by now. C, F, B flat, E flat, A flat, D flat, G flat, B, E, A, D, G, and back to C. We play a nice bluesy lick over it, right? Sounding like this. To F, to B flat, to E flat, and so on. Then we went to the fifth string. We did this: C, F, B flat, E flat, A flat, D flat, G flat, B, E, A, D, G, and I'm back on C. Now here we play a funky lick that went like this. To F, B flat, E flat, and so on. Now regarding triads, strings 1, 2, and 3, we did major triads, in this case C major, root position, Do, Mi, Sol, first inversion, Mi, Sol, Do, and second inversion, Sol, Do, Mi. We did the same for minor. We used D minor as an example. D minor, second inversion, D minor, root position, D minor, first inversion. Now, if you memorize your notes in the fifth and the sixth string, there are two triads that should be really easy to find. The root position triad on the sixth string. So if you know this is C, right, you just play this shape, first inversion. Now, the C note is on the first string and on the sixth string. So if you know this is C, here you got C major. If you know this is F on the first string, here you got F major. If you know this is B flat on the sixth string, here you have B flat major. Now, how do you make it minor? Just bring the third half step down. In this case, the third is on the third string. I bring it half step down, I got B flat minor here. If I know where E flat is, I can play E flat minor. If I know where A flat is, I can play A flat minor, and so on. Again, you know your note on the sixth string, you can play this triad. The second one is by knowing your notes on the fifth string. If you know the C is on the third fret of the fifth string, you can play this root position C major triad. How do you make it minor? You bring the third half step down. In this case, the third is on the second string. You bring it half step down and you got C minor. If you know that F is on the 8th fret of the 5th string, you can play F major, bring the third half step down, F minor. So this should be pretty easy right now. If you know that this is B flat, first fret of the 5th string, you know that this is B flat major, and this is B flat minor. Now this second inversion shape is a little bit harder to find, but there are ways that you can do it. At the beginning, you can start by just doing like this: D major, whole step up is E major, half step up is F major, whole step up is G major, whole step up is A major, whole step up is B major, half step up is C major, and whole step up is D major. Just follow the major scale shape. Now, and the second way to find this triad is the one that I explained on the first lesson. You find a note on the sixth string. In this case, I'm going to go to G, third fret of the sixth string. I know that the first string is also G, right? They're the same note. Here I'm going to play this first inversion triad. I got the third, I got the fifth, and I got the root. Now I'm going to grab the root on the first string, I'm going to go a whole step up, and then I'm going to go another whole step up because it's a major triad. And here I'm going to have this shape. That's a G major triad. I can do the same for C major, for example. I find C on the sixth string, I go to this first inversion little shape triad. I got also C on the first string. There is a whole step to the second note, and then there is a whole step to the major third, and here I got C major. I can do the same for minor. I go to G minor, 6th fret. Now I have this little bar, strings 1, 2, and 3. Now I go a whole step to the second note, but now I go a half step to the third note because it's a minor triad, right? I do the same for C. Now I got C on the 8th fret of the 6th string, C is gonna be on the 8th fret of the 1st string. I got the little bar triad, first inversion, always a whole step to the second note, and then I go a half step to the flat 3 because it's a minor triad. And here I have C minor. Now today what we're going to do is cover the notes on the 4th string and how to play triads on strings 3, 4, and 5. Now bear with me for a little bit here. Music theory can be heavy, but this is the foundations to understand the fretboard of the guitar. Once we get this under our hands, we can start playing music, but at the beginning this is the tough part to do. If you get the work down, you're going to get better at improvisation. So how do we find the notes on the 4th string? The easiest thing to do is first to memorize the notes on the 6th string that we already have done it. C, F, B flat, E flat, A flat, D flat, and so on. Then, for example, I'm gonna go to C, right? That's the first note. I'm just gonna go a whole step up, 2 strings down. So now the octave is gonna be on the 10th fret of the 4th string. So now the order is gonna be like this: C, F, B flat, E flat, A flat, D flat, G flat, B, E, A, D, G, and I'm back on C. Now let's play a funky lick starting on the 4th string. This time the lick's gonna go like this. For F, B flat, and so on. So now let's play this lick. I'm starting by visualizing this root position triad, in this case C major. I got the root, I got the 3rd, and I got the 5th. Now it's a bluesy funk lick, so I'm gonna play around with the 1st. I got the root, I'm gonna go half step down to that flat 3, that's the 8th fret of the 1st string, and then I'm gonna go to the 9th fret, to the major 3rd, and then I'm gonna play the 5th. So I'm gonna have this. Then I'm gonna run the scale, the Mixolydian scale. I'm going flat 7, 13, back to 5th. That's 11th fret, 10th fret, 9th fret. So I got this. And I'm gonna finish the first part of the phrase on the root. That's the 8th fret of the 1st string. So I have this. Then for the second part of the phrase, I'm gonna start with this ascending third kind of sequence, going 9th of the chord, that's the 10th fret of the 1st string, to the flat 7, 11th fret of the 2nd string. Root, 8th fret of the 1st string to the 13th, that's the 10th fret of the 2nd string. Flat 7, and then to the 5th, and then I'm gonna jump string, I'm gonna go to the root, and then I'm gonna play the minor 3rd first, and then the 3rd major 3rd. So I'm gonna have this. Now let's play this funky lick over the 12th notes starting on the 4th string. Again, this is going to take a little bit of time, but I think you can play it. It's 12 phrases, it's 12 keys, it's probably 1 minute of music that you want to play perfectly. So have fun with that. Now, second concept, triads on strings 3, 4, and 5. Let's start with C major this time. So the first triad is going to be the C major root position. That's an easy one to find. It's like playing your open chord, but there is no need to play all the strings. You just want to play strings 3, 4, and 5. So you're going to have this. It's a root position triad. Now, how do you find this triad? It's really easy. You just find the root on the 5th string. Now, the open string can fool you a little bit. Remember, it's like having one more fret that we don't have, right? We're playing it open. So playing one fret down the 1st fret. Now, as an example will be, let's go to G major. G is on the 10th fret of the 5th string. Now the 1st finger is coming because I don't have an open string. I'm gonna have this. I'm gonna go maybe to D major and so on. But in this case, we're on C major, so I'm gonna go back to C major. First inversion. Second inversion, I'm gonna go to the major 3rd, of course. And remember, a major 3rd is root, whole step up to the 2nd note, whole step up to the 3rd note. Now I got the major 3rd on the 7th fret of the 5th string. And with my 1st finger, I'm gonna bar the 5th and the root. That's the 5th fret of the 3rd and 4th string. And I have this triad, the Hendrix triad. And the last one is gonna be the second inversion. It's gonna be like playing E major shape, but you go all the way up to the 10th fret. Now I got the 5th, I got the root, and I got the major 3rd. So I have this for C major. now with the same shapes, I'm gonna find G major. Remember, the shapes don't change, you just need to move them around. So for example, C major root position, right? Was here. Now G major root position is gonna be in the 10th fret because G is on the 10th fret of the 5th string. Now, where is gonna be G second inversion? It's gonna be here. How do I find this triad? It's easy, you just think about the G on the 6th string, in this case here, right, 3rd fret of the 6th string. You go a whole step up, 1 string down, and here you play this E major shape. You see a whole step up, 1 string down is the 5th, and you're starting this triad from the 5th, 5, root, major 3rd. So far I have this, I have G, second inversion, G, root position, and again, you find the G on the 10th fret of the 5th string, always a whole step to the second note, and because it's major, another whole step to the major 3rd. And then I play the bar on the 12th fret of the 3rd and 4th string. So I have this now for G major. So now let's play the minor triads. I'm going to start with A. Let's think again about that second inversion triad. How do we think about that? You find the root on the 6th string, in this case A is on the 5th fret of the 6th string. I'm gonna go a whole step up, 1 string down, and here's the 5th of A. So I got 5, I got the root, and here I got the flat 3, right? Major was this, flat 3 has to be low. I have A minor second inversion. Next triad, you find the root on the 5th string. A is on the 12th fret of the 5th string. Here I'm gonna go like this, A minor. I got root, flat 3, 5th. And the last one, you find again the root on the 5th string. You go a whole step up, now half step up because it's minor, and here you play with the middle finger, the minor 3rd, and again with the first finger you bar the 5th and the root. That's gonna be the 14th fret of the 3rd and 4th string. So for A minor I have this. And the last one is gonna be D minor. Again, I'm gonna grab the minor shapes and I'm gonna move them around. The shapes don't change, you just need to move them around. So this time I'm gonna start with D minor root position because my closest D is on the 5th fret of the 5th string. I'm gonna go like this. Then I find the root, whole step up to the second note, half step up to the flat 3 because it's a minor triad. So I got root position, first inversion, and the second inversion, how do we find it? I find D on the 6th string, 10th fret of the 6th string, whole step up, 1 string down to the 5th, and here I play the 5, root, flat 3. So for D minor I have this. Now again, I want to use these triads using the chord progression of lesson 1 and 2. So the order is going to go like this: D minor, G major, C major, and A minor. It's the 2 chord, the 5 chord, the 1 chord, and the 6 chord. So again, I'm going to start from my lowest D minor, and I'm going to play the closest triad to each other. So I'm going to start like this: D minor, to G major, to C major, to A minor. And I'm going to go to D minor, to G major, to C major, to A minor. I'm going to go to D minor, to G major, to C major, to A minor. And I'm going to finish on D minor. Now here's an example on how to play triads on strings 3, 4, and 5.